Hi, here we are again with more things to show you. I want to thank you all so much for subscribing to the station and hitting the like button and just coming to the station and watching what's going on. I love the comments too. I try to get to all of them. So if you do have comments or questions, please feel free to ask. I'll get to them and I'll respond. So today I'm going to show you some movements on the body and how to actually pick up the body and move it in a way that is going to be safe. My experience as a cranial person has brought in a number of people over the years that have had massage therapists working on them, but they've hurt them actually because they've been too quick or they haven't understood the importance of the alignment. So I'd like to go over with that for you today and let you know that this is a better way to do things for your clients. It's probably going to be easier and it'll make you much more efficient in your practice. To start out, I'm going to show you the legs, and we're going to lift them. You want to lift them gently and rotate them around, and you want to grasp at the heel. You want to lift like just laying the palm in the palm of your hand, lay the heel in the palm of the hand. And it's more of just letting it be there instead of grasping it. And then you can rotate the legs in and out real gently. Now, one thing you want to be careful of here is if somebody has knee problems, you want to be very careful about lifting the legs from the feet, because sometimes that's going to put too much pressure on the knee. It lifts it up. It tends to do a little bit of hyperextension there. So if that's the case and you have somebody that has some knee problems or their knees are very sensitive, you can go under and do the same thing by sweeping your hand underneath, holding the thigh with the forearm. You don't want to squeeze on the back of the knee so much, so you want to get just below the knee. So you're going to line yourself up like that, coming under with the other hand. And then you can lift up this way and rotate in and out. It's a little bit different to do. It's a little bit harder to do as well. And what I'm going to tell you to do as far as the therapist positioning is to lean yourself into the table and use that as leverage as you lift. And then, of course, with the other things, you want to be sure that you're standing in that proper position of your own alignment. So you can lift here and then move the legs in and out and in and out and even lift them up, but it's a little harder to lift them up. So in that case, you would want to go to just one leg and do the same thing, but you're at the knee, so you're supporting the knee more when you're lifting from this position. Notice how my whole arm is supporting that leg, and this hand is free to do what I need to with it. And sometimes you can test the feeling of the hip socket here or here as you're doing that. Then if you are wanting to bend the knee and work that, what you have to watch out for is that alignment with the toe to the knee. So taking the hand underneath the above the knee, lining the foot up, taking the hand under to the ankle, and then lifting it up, letting the knee bend. Then you can change your hand position at the foot, watching that alignment between knee and toe. And then you can take the hand, flip it, move it in farther. That was the hand under the knee that you flipped. And then rotate. Now when you do this too, you want to do it slowly. You want to do it very, very, very slowly. But the alignment part is really important. And you can bring it around or bring it back and slowly bend that in. Be sure that you don't have a lot of pressure on the back of the knee. You'll be a little bit at the back of the knee, but not much. Then you can rotate the hip outward and inward. You want to do this relatively slowly. Now with Xarissa, she's very limber and she's had a lot of body work, so people like that will move a little quicker. They'll be a little more flexible and a little bit more fluid. So here we go again with the second leg. Then you can go under with the hand first, so you can lift it, and then bring that up. Flip the hand as it gets higher, and put the pressure there. Move the hand to the heel. Watch that alignment with the knee and the toe, and let it come in, and then you can rotate it this way, following the line. You want to be careful not to take it into too deep of a stretch, and at least at first, and out. Now, the other thing that you can do is that you can bring it up farther and go very slowly into it with a deeper stretch, because then you can start to feel exactly what their body is doing if you go slow. And here it feels like about the tension point that I want to go to. And then you can cross it over. When you cross it over the body, you want to imagine that you're directing it toward the shoulder, so that way you keep it in the same position. The tendency is to drop it as you go forward. And then bringing it back and setting it down. And rotate, like I had shown you earlier. Now, one other little thing I want to tell you is, if they have something going on in the lumbar part of their back, when you lift the legs, whether you do it like this or you're going in under the knees to lift here, if it seems like the legs are really heavy and they don't want to go very high, that suggests that their low back is the sacrum is either out of alignment or the low back is extremely stiff. So you can be mindful of that. And then if you do anything with the like the sacral pull or anything like that, or work the back, and then you go back to this and test it at the end of a session, you'll notice how much things have opened up. That's kind of a point that I test on. And then also, while we're down here, same thing with the foot. When you're working with the foot, you want to be sure that you're keeping the foot aligned. So you lift it up and you make sure that the toe is lined below the knee. And then you can rotate the ankle from here. And now that's still, the toe is still in line with the knee. So because you're just working the ankle. And we'll show you on this foot, same thing. So there we are. The ankle is moving, but the toe is staying right in the position below the knee. The same thing you have to consider is to bend that ankle with the toe over the knee. A lot of times what happens is they'll bend it this way or this way, but you don't want to do that, and you want to do it slow because you're stretching into the Achilles. And then drop it down, and the other side, up, and back down. You can also check the flexibility of the kneecap, because that'll tell you a lot. So here you can see the patella is moving very well. So that's a good thing. You want to have a loose patella. If it's tight, if it's very tight, I'll show you on this one. It's not tight, but I'll pretend like it's tight. So if it's tight, you want to just move it really slow. And sometimes it feels kind of like, like it's creaking, like an old rocking chair or something, because I don't know what it really is, but sometimes it feels like that's what's happening. And then you just move it, and you can also rotate a little bit. Just very gently rotate it with some rotations. The same here, and the hand is usually kind of placed like that. Or you can do it from the side, which is probably easier to rotate and to check it side to side. These are really nice, loose kneecaps. So, good job. All right, so that's just a little bit of instruction that I would like to give you on paying attention to exactly how you're positioning yourself and how you're moving the body, so that you keep it safe, keep it aligned, and also let the muscles stretch properly so you don't have any injury to any muscle. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and please pass it on.